Hey guys, I know myself here, and today I want to give you guys a quick recap of everything that Apple talked about and announced. Also talk about release dates, pre-order dates, and everything in between that Apple announced at their iPhone 8 event. So let's get right to it. First off, Apple CEO Tim Cook took on stage to welcome everyone to the new Steve Jobs Theater and also kind of paying sort of a tribute to Steve Jobs and everything he stood for. Quickly after that, we jumped into the product announcements, and the first one was the Apple Watch Series 3. Now, a lot of the rumors were true. The new Apple Watch is now capable of making phone calls and receiving text messages while you're away from your phone. Now, something I thought was really cool is the display itself is the antenna system for the new Apple Watch Series 3. Of course, you're going to get cellular, GPS, 70% faster dual-core processor, and all-day battery with the new Apple Watch Series 3. Now, the Apple Watch will be coming in 3 different colors, and of course, all the watch bands that you can imagine. In all these countries, the Series 3 cellular connectivity option will be available at launch date, which pre-orders begin on September the 15th, and the official launch will be September 22nd. Now, pricing goes as follows. There's 2 different variants for Series 3, one with the cellular connectivity, one without, and then they're going to keep Series 1 on the market for a lower price point. Now, an Apple TV 4K was also announced at this event with the same pre-order date of September the 15th with an official launch on September the 22nd. Now, pricing for the new Apple TV 4K is as follows. You can see here they'll also keep the previous generation at a lower price point. And now, of course, let's shift our attention to iPhone. The 10th anniversary of the iPhone is here, and the official names are the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. These are going to be the iterations of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. You have 3 different colors: white, the space gray or black, and the gold. Now, these devices are going to be, of course, waterproof as the previous generation, glass front and back. The processors, the Apple A11 Bionic chip. This is going to be a 6-core processor. Yes, 6-core processors inside of the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, which in turn will make the iPhone 30% faster than the previous generation. Now, the displays will remain the same size, stereo speakers will also be present, and you'll also have a true tone display unlike the previous model. Now, 4K at 60 frames per second and also 1080p at 240 frames per second. That is insane. 12 megapixel cameras on both with optical image stabilization, and you also have the augmented reality platform coming to the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus as well. Now, in terms of iOS 11, the official launch date will be September the 19th, so everyone will be able to update to the new iOS 11 on that date. Now, wireless charging also came to the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. Unfortunately, not the long-range wireless charging we were all hoping for, but it does support other industry standards. Here are some other additional specs of the new iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. Now, internal storage, we have 64 and 256 gigabytes, no 512, and that includes the iPhone 8 Plus as well. Now, in terms of pricing, the iPhone 8 will be $699 and the iPhone 8 Plus will be $799. Pre-orders begin on Friday the 15th of September, and the official launch date is September the 22nd. And now, of course, let's talk about the star of the show, the one more thing, the iPhone X, or iPhone 10 as Apple calls it. It's going to be coming in 2 different colors, black and white. So the front of the device is going to be black on both models, so it's going to be great to look at. Water resistant, of course, is going to be on this device as well. And we have the new OLED display. This is a first on any iPhone, so new OLED display coming to the iPhone 8. Now, the resolution for that is going to be 458 pixels per inch. That's going to give us a resolution of roughly 2436 by 1125. And here is how some of the applications will look like. So you can see the notch up at the top. Apple is proudly showing the notch. As you can see, they're launching the applications will show it up at the top, but some applications will actually hide it. Now, on the side, the power button is a little longer. If you press and hold as rumored, Siri will be engaged. You can also use the Hey Siri command. You also have Apple Pay by double tapping on the power button as well. And I want to talk about the portion of the display that you see the notch there up at the top. That is for the new Face ID. So the new facial recognition system is official on the iPhone X. Look at all the sensors built into that little portion of the display: speaker, microphone, the face recognition system. I mean, there's just so many components to this system, and it will recognize you in the dark because it has an infrared sensor there as well. Here is the setup process process for the Face ID. You only have to set it up once, and Apple does tout that this is more secure than Touch ID. The odds of someone unlocking your phone with this system is 1 in 1 million. So a Touch ID was 1 in 500,000, I believe. And if you change your look, you wear a hat, you wear glasses, it's not going to affect. If you're a guy, if you grow a beard, this is going to recognize your face either way. It transitions, it kind of adapts to everything that's changing in your face. Apple even went as far as working with Hollywood studios that develop these masks that are very realistic to try to avoid anyone from using a photo, a video, or anything like that to unlock your Face ID device. Now, the cameras on this device, they're also dual camera vertical with 12 megapixel on both optical image stabilization. The same processor that we find on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are present. And you see here that we have wireless charging, which Apple calls Air Power, which you can charge multiple devices with one larger pad. Of course, they didn't say if that was going to be sold separately, but you can count on that. The iPhone 8 also offers a new portrait lighting with the front-facing camera, which, by the way, can also take portrait photos on the iPhone 8 Plus. That is going to be, I believe it's a 7 megapixel camera in the front of the device, capable of shooting a 4K video on this iPhone as well, and the 1080 at 240 frames per second as well. So a lot of similarities between the cameras of both iPhones. Of course, the difference being the notch up at the top, which gives you the facial recognition. Of course, augmented reality will be for both platforms, for both devices, so we'll see that as well on both iPhones. Now, animated emojis was the thing that Apple announced, and I thought it was a little funny. These emojis adapt to the expressions of your face, and when you send a message with one of these emojis, it interprets what your face is doing. Your facial movements will be represented. You can also talk along with the emojis, and it represents that. Now, capacities: 64, 256 gigabyte storage, no 512 as rumored, starting at $1,000 for the entry-level iPhone X. Now, it starts pre-orders on October 22nd, and the official launch will be November the 3rd. So get your wallets ready, guys. The iPhone X is officially here, or iPhone 10 as Apple calls it. Here's the lineup for the holiday season. You see that Apple kept the SE and the 6S on the lineup, as well as the 7. And that's everything that I want to share with you guys in terms of the iPhone X. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And of course, the keynote will be linked down below so you can watch the entire keynote if you wish to do so. It's been iDevice Help. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.